Hello everyone, Tommy Sharp here, Sharp's Memorial Preservation Services. Today, we're going to clean Mr. Henry Papen, and he's a pretty cool fella. Let's get started. Let's start here with our bison here to get that deep-rooted lichen that we can't get to with just a brush. Spray a little bit on here for lubricant while I'm cleaning, and then when I'm done, I spray a little more to leave on for later. That way it does its work over the next couple months, and in a couple months this headstone will be white, just like it was when it was put here. All right, Mr. Henry Papen, before he was in the first provisional, he would have had to been in the Enrolled Missouri Militia, because to be in the first provisional Missouri Militia, you had to be one of the best men in the Enrolled Missouri Militia, and I'll tell you why. By 1863, Missouri was having a struggle fighting the bushwhackers. Regular men from all around Missouri were originally doing the job as home guard in Missouri Militia, but it just wasn't working out. So the governor at the time decided that he needed a little bit better of a force. So partnered with the federal government and commissioned the first Provisional Enrolled Missouri Militia in 1863. To be in this militia, you had to be the best of the men in Missouri, because they had federal equipment. Federal government provided them with their uniforms, their weapons, their tack, their horses, their wagons. Everything they needed came from the federal government. Unlike the original Missouri Militia that was funded by Missouri, these ones had support from the federal government, but they were still paid by the state. Don't get that wrong. To become part of this regiment, you had to be the best of the best. You had to be the most reliable and combat-ready men. So that's why he was selected. When he was selected, he was given his uniform and all of his equipment that he needed. And Company B stayed locally right here in Missouri to hunt down and fight major Confederate regiments, like William Contrell's regiment during his raids and stuff like that. While fighting here in Missouri, they chased down, like I said, bushwhackers around mostly just this area. I'm about to tell you, I'm here in Versailles, Missouri, at the Versailles City Cemetery. That's where Henry's buried at. If you don't know, if this is your first time watching me, I specialize in cleaning these Civil War upright marble headstones, because nobody else is out here doing it. These men deserve to be honored just like the rest of the veterans from America. I don't just do Union, I do Confederate too. And I do it according to the Department of War standards. I use soft, natural brushes, water, and a little bit of bison to get the deep-rooted lichen that's on these stones. You don't want to scrub too hard, because you can scratch the stone, damage it. Which I know people come through with weed eaters all the time and smack the stone. But here, me anyways, I'm going to do exactly everything I can to prevent any further damage to these stones. Anyway, Henry, being in the first Provisional Enrolled Missouri Militia, he had to have been a pretty cool guy and pretty battle hardened. But his regiment was very short-lived, because they were, in May of 1863, they were mustered in, and only a little bit under a year later, in February, the last man from the first provisional was mustered out of service. So they little under a year of service, but they had a lot of action during that time, which I'll include in the description of the video. We're almost done here with Mr. Henry. I'm just gonna give him a good spray down and we'll be on our way. Let me get this back here finished. All right, Mr. Henry. Thank you all for tuning in and watching my video. It's currently the Sunday before Memorial Day. And this is what we're out here doing, honoring these veterans. Let me get some spray here. Now we just use a little bit of water and rinse Mr. Henry down. Start at the top, work your way to the bottom. You section it off or however you like to do it. If you get out here and do something like this, you'll find the best methods that works for you. When I get done here, I'll move his flowers and his flag back in front of his grave so people can plainly see that he was a veteran and honor him this weekend. Get this backwash down here. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me and honoring this man. Have a good weekend.